everybody, welcome back. I am Carrie Penny, the happy crafty homemaker, and today we're going to be talking about my second subscription box from Knit Picks Crochet Lover. So if you remember, in the first month I got 6 balls of the Kotlin and a dishcloth pattern. This is as far as I got. There's nothing wrong with the pattern or anything, and there's nothing wrong with the Kotlin, but I'm a little burned out on dishcloths, and this is a pretty intense bobble stitch. And as I was working with it, I was getting further and further along, and just, this doesn't want to be a dishcloth. And why am I trying to force this into being a dishcloth? I'm going to turn this into a market bag. I mean, my goal with these has been to do the pattern that comes with them and stuff, but these 3 colors are so beautiful, all 3 together. If I had a person in mind I was going to gift a bunch of linen body cloths or washcloths to, it probably wouldn't have been so bad, but I was already working on my destashing of my cotton yarn, and I really like it, and I really want it to be something that I'm going to use regularly. So while I was happy with the box and unhappy with the pattern, I'm going to let that speak to what it is. I keep trying to remind you guys intermittently, most of these boxes like Knit Crate, Darn Good Yarns, and Knit Picks, you don't have to do the pattern that is included in the kit. There are more than enough supplies in these to do something different. That was not true with the Jimmy Bean knitting box, however. So I'm going to turn this into a tote. So that's a project for another day. I did want to give you, like I said, I really did enjoy working with the Kotlin yarn. So we got 6 balls of Kotlin, the pattern for the dishcloth, and a size G hook in that box. The total retail value was $32.42. The box cost $25, so that was a 23% discount. So that's a pretty significant discount. I am happy with the yarn. The hook was just not my style. So I came out of it with about a $24 value. So I paid full price for a bunch of Kotlin. I mean, that's okay. The hook is something other people, I think, would get a lot more use out of. I am very particular about my hooks. I have issues with joint stiffness and joint pain. So for me, using a tiny G hook with no padding or grip just wasn't doing it for me. And that particular pattern, the bobbles on it are exceptionally intense. I mean, even in the picture, you can see how high those bobbles are. And even on the back. I mean, this is a very intense bobble, and it just was very hard on my hands. The yarn itself, though, works like butter. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful to work with. So I'm happy with my box. I will gift the hook to somebody who can use it. And the pattern I'll save for something else. Maybe I'll give my copy away to somebody with the hook. But all in all, I mean, I'm happy with what I got. I think you got a decent value in that box. It's just not the project for me. And I am, after slogging through something I just have not enjoyed with the Jimmy Bean, I don't want to do that with any of these, especially given the fact I have worked with so many Knit Picks yarns. They are good quality. They're very reasonably priced. I don't want to end up hating the Kotlin yarn because of that. So aside from my personal preference in that one, it was a good value. Now this month's box was much larger. Kind of got a little excited. But once again, we have 6 balls of yarn. We have 2 white, 1 regal, 1 midnight heather. So regal, midnight heather, 2 whites. Cosmopolitan and peacock stroll glimmer. And I have worked with the stroll yarn before. I own quite a bit of the stroll glimmer yarn as well. I believe I actually have the Midnight Heather, Peacock, and Cosmopolitan all already in my stash. I mean, so I was very excited to get this because if nothing else, this is, for me, almost 6 pairs of socks because I like ankle socks. I actually need, it's frustrating. I need 60 grams of yarn to make a pair of socks for myself. So, but you could very easily do a white sock with a colored toe if you like ankle socks. You could mix and match some of the colors to get 3 pairs if you need 100 grams. So the yarn itself and its potential is very wide. The pattern that came with it is the candy stripe scarf. You can see it there. And there's another picture back here. The designer on this one is Mary Dickinson. I'd never heard of her before, but they have a whole little write-up about the designer. This is a free pattern on their website, so 100% of the value in this had to come from the yarn. Now, regular price stroll is $5.99 a ball. I normally buy it when they're clearancing out colors or they're running like their annual sales, things like that. So the actual retail value of this box is $35.94. So that's actually a pretty high discount. That's a 30% discount on this box. However, at time of recording this, today, Saturday, April 27th, all of these yarns are on sale. Some of them are on sale goodbye clearance. So if you were to go out and buy all 6 balls of yarn, plus you can get the pattern for free off their website, that comes out to $25.14. Like I said, though, some of those are on a fairly deep discount. They're on, a 40% discount. So regular price, this would have been $35. So that means 30% off, which is a very reasonable amount, I think, to get off on something like a subscription box. There are a couple other pieces of paper in here, packing slips and things with their merchandising and stuff like that, but nothing overly interesting or impactful for the purpose of this conversation and review. I am kind of excited and disinterested to make this. I like the pattern. I've mentioned before I live in South Carolina. We don't get overly cold here normally. We might have a couple of weeks in the 30s, but all in all, like, it's just not heavy scarf weather. But I think this will make a lovely scarf. Now that most manufacturers are using Stellina for their shimmer, not only do you get a much more glitzy yarn, as you can tell in my mid-evening light here, because you can see that from across the room, it's also very soft, and it didn't impact the softness of the stroll yarn to begin with. So I am very excited to play with this. I'm very excited to work with it, but at the same time, it is using an E-size crochet hook. There's a appears to be a slightly interesting way that they have done the construction of this infinity scarf, so I am kind of excited to play with that a little bit, which will help a lot with the way they have the striping done every row. So, all in all, you've got a good value once again in this box. The pattern is not objectionable. I didn't think the washcloth pattern was particularly objectionable, just not what I wanted to be working on right now. If I hadn't already made like 50 dishcloths this year, it probably wouldn't have bothered me. But all in all, I am looking forward to giving this a shot. It's about the only way you're going to see me wear horizontal stripes and I don't look like a beached whale. They are not your friend. Even skinny petite people, they are not your friend. Anyway, so we've got a good value here once again. Like I said, if you are interested in going out and purchasing the yarn for this today because you want to make this pattern, the pattern is free. It does say that this is exactly what you need for it, 2 of a main color and 4 other colors to do your striping. These are fingering weight yarns. I have made socks out of these. It's a beautiful yarn to work with. But they would be on sale right now for $25.14 on top of like all the other sales that they have going on. So if you were thinking about placing an order and wanted to add that in, that would be something that you could very easily do for the price of the box, even without purchasing the box today. I did want to spend a second before I get off. There really wasn't a whole lot to be said altogether today. I had to call to ask where my box was because I did not get an email notification. The boxes are supposed to be shipped out on the 20th, which was Saturday. It's been 1 week. And normally I get stuff from Knit Crate less than a week. I ordered a bunch of naked yarns to play with on Monday morning, late morning, and it's already arrived. So I was very disconcerted by the fact I hadn't even gotten an email with a tracking number to track this package coming. So I had to call Knitpicks and talk to them about that and see where my package was, make sure that there wasn't a problem with my subscription, because I did do the purchase 3 months at one time. They said no problem. They went in. Because they do their subscription boxes through Cratejoy, there are a couple things I wanted to discuss before moving on today. Number one, when you sign up for Cratejoy, you always get the same first box. And if you, for some reason, cancel your subscription and decide to come back to a Cratejoy subscription, you always have the same first box. So that is why last month I got the February box instead of the March box, and why it skipped March. Because it doesn't matter when they send that first box out, as long as you get a box for 3 months. Because that first box is always going to be the same box. I don't particularly care for that method, but Cratejoy does handle a lot of subscription boxes, not just craft related. So that is something to know moving forward with any type of subscription box that uses Cratejoy as their gateway and their provider for subscription information. It is listed on the website. Most websites, you actually have to go to the Cratejoy website to sign up for the subscription box. And that I have 2 separate accounts, which is why they had a hard time tracking my order down, because I have my standard Knitpicks account that I have been ordering from for years, and then now I have a Knitpicks Cratejoy, and they have not yet merged those 2 accounts together. If you have been getting the Knitpicks box for an extended period of time and something is a little hinky, that could be why, so don't hesitate to reach out to Knitpicks. I have found their customer service to be absolutely lovely, easy to talk to, very easy to work with, and they've been nothing but pleasant to me over the years. So these negatives really have nothing to do with Knitpicks as a company or even the quality of product that Knitpicks wants to offer. This is just how Cratejoy works. So it's something to keep in mind. I know there are a number of yarn related subscription boxes on the market that are through Cratejoy. I've said so many times today already. I've been out with family all day today, so I'm a little worn out. I'm about to go change into some sweatpants and get cozy for the rest of the night. I'm about to pop onto some Zoom and chat with my Crafty cows. So I am in the end stages of my day right now. I am pretty exhausted, but I did want to give you some of the extra information that I got while talking to the customer service representative. She was very, very useful. She was very understanding. She was quick, communicative, and 0 issues. So if you've had any type of problem with your order, if you're missing an item, if you have something that you're not getting tracking information for, don't hesitate to call them, because they will work very hard to hunt it down. As far as Cratejoy goes, I'm not a huge fan of certain things about their business, but I can't blame a mid-tier company for not wanting to provide their own subscription box. Just the technical information that would go into adding that to your account, and the maintenance and updating and everything else that would go into that. It takes a lot for a company to build out the infrastructure for that, even in-house technical stuff, much less the actual physical stuff that they're already doing, because Knit Crate does box these. Knit Crate does provide all the materials, the patterns, and everything else. So they are already doing a huge hunk of the work already. So pro con, yeah, I mean there are distinct pros and cons, but don't it's the problems with Crate Joy are not something to judge against Nitpicks. Nitpicks has no control over certain things, and I'm not trying to make apologies or excuses or anything else. The lady on the phone said the exact same thing. I'm not trying to give you excuses, but we are having some technical difficulties, and we're letting customers know that if there's any issue to contact us, because a number of people did not get shipping information. My box didn't go out until the 20th. They're supposed, or 22nd. They're supposed to be shipped on the 20th. So once again, like I said, that would be Monday after Easter. So I can't really complain too much. I can't fault too much for that. But if you have a specific date that you send things by, in my opinion, if, say, the 20th were Saturday, like it was, these boxes should have been sent out last Friday. That's just my personal feelings on that. But a lot of this is being shipped out by by Crate Joy, not by Knit Crate, and you have a lot of stuff that goes into it. So be flexible, don't be that customer, but at the same time make sure that you are getting exactly what you order when you order from these companies. This is to me, these Knitpicks boxes have been on par with things like the Knit Crate, Darn Good Yarns. You don't have to do any specific pattern with these, even though they do provide a suggested pattern. Sorry about that. Oh, goodness sake. Everything is hitting this. Sorry. You don't have to do the suggested pattern. It is just a suggestion. It's what they provided the yarn for, but if you want to do something else, like I'm going to make a market tote, there's no problem with that. For the purposes of review, I have definitely wanted to try to stick with the patterns, but I mean, I'm not going to kill myself to stick with the patterns either. I want to make sure that you have all the information that you need up front to know what you're getting into as far as quality goes. So once again, both of these are 30% off boxes. I mean, you're getting a decent discount on them. I haven't had an issue with any of the quality, but I've never really had an issue with the Knitpicks quality in the past before. So, it is what it is. $25. I get $35 worth of supplies. I'm not angry at it. Like I said, my first thought was, oh, you could do 5 pairs of socks with that. So if you really didn't want to do the scarf, not a problem. You could probably crochet 2 pairs of scarves and have 2 pairs of socks if you wanted to. That's more than enough to do a nice sized regular cowl and a matching hat. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with that yarn, and the color combination is really nice. So you've got flexibility if this is the crate you have gotten or the kit you're considering getting. I think both kits so far have offered a variety of projects in their potential, and you're getting so much. I mean, that's 300 grams in each box so far for $25, which isn't horrible. I'm more of a 50% off shopper, but this isn't me stocking up on something. This is me making a purchase, or a purchase for a project, which generally I try to aim for 25% off. So, and that's what I'm getting. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not angry at it. Do keep in mind, if you see this in the next 24 hours after posting, that these yarns will be on sale through tomorrow at least. Some of these are on sale for the rest of the month, which is ending in 2 days anyway. Sorry, everything about my body is feeling very uncomfortable sitting here today. And trying to do anything and everything possible to be comfortable while I sit here. My knee actually just locked up. So, I think that's it. I think I gave you a fairly decent update on everything. Showed you everything I got in the box. if you have any questions, if you want to know anything else about my conversation with customer service, please feel free to comment down below. Ask away. You can email me, contact me on Instagram, on Ravelry. I'm not very hard to find. So I hope you guys have had a wonderful weekend so far. I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care, and until I see you again, I love you guys, and thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. I hope that something that I have said has maybe offered you some benefit. So I will see you again, hopefully, for Show and Tell 24 on Thursday. Bye, guys.